Your cat blinks slowly at you from across the room. You already know she's comfortable. But what if I told you that? The most powerful thing she's ever said to you. You completely ignored it. Not once. Every single day. And the worst part, there's one thing most owners do instinctively. Something that feels totally normal. That your cat reads as a direct signal. That you are a threat. Welcome to our place. If you're new here, hit subscribe right now. Because this is exactly the kind of thing we cover. Every week, here's what most people get wrong about cats. Because a cat is subtle. The purring, the flicking tail, the nap in the sunbeam. People assume they understand everything. Their cat is communicating. But cats have an entire second language. Running underneath all of that, a language built, not from thousands of years of being worshipped as gods, but from millions of years of solitary predator behavior that never fully left. And if you don't know how to read it, you're missing the deepest negotiation your cat is constantly trying to have with you. These 6 behaviors are her trust agreement. And by the end of this, you're going to look at your cat completely differently. 1, the head bunt. You're sitting on the couch, scrolling on your phone, not even paying attention to her. And she walks over with purpose and just rams the top of her head into your chin or hand. Not a nuzzle, not a cuddle, a firm, solid press of the forehead. You probably gave her a quick scratch without even thinking about it. Then went back to your feed. That moment was a contract signature. In feline social dynamics, scent marking is identity. Cats have scent glands on their cheeks, chin, and forehead. When a cat head bunts you, she is depositing pheromones from those glands onto you. She is literally marking you as part of her colony, as property that belongs to her trusted inner circle. Now here's what makes this one fascinating. A cat that head bunts is not just saying hello, she is creating a communal scent profile. In the wild colony, cats who are friendly share a group scent by rubbing on each other and on the environment. When she head bunts you, she is ensuring that you smell like the safe zone. Research into feline facial pheromones has shown that this action releases synthetic versions of F3, the feline facial fraction, which has a profound calming effect on cats and reduces territorial anxiety. She's not just loving on you. She's chemically altering your scent profile to make the entire house feel safer. To her, that's the love language. That's your cat saying in the most chemical way, possible you are my territory and my peace. And before we go any further, number 4 on this list is the behavior that almost every cat owner on the planet completely misunderstands. I've seen it happen 100 times. It looks like an insult. It is the opposite. Don't skip ahead. 2, the slow blink. This one has been misread for centuries. And honestly, it's not your fault. You're sitting across from your cat. Maybe you're having a tense moment. You just clipped her nails. Or there's a loud noise outside. And the energy in the room is jagged. And your cat looks right at you and closes her eyes. Slowly opens them. Like she's bored or falling asleep. Most people think she's aloof She doesn't care. She's zoning out. She is none of those things. Animal behaviorists call this a cat kiss or a smile. It's a signal observed by researchers like Dr. Dennis Turner and documented extensively in feline ethology. The finding was remarkable. In the wild, a staring, wide-eyed cat is a hunting cat or a threatened cat. To close your eyes deliberately in the presence of another being is to say, I am so confident you won't hurt me that I will shut off my primary defense system. Vision. In cat-to-cat communication, a slow blink is the equivalent of waving a white flag of intimacy. When your cat slow blinks at you, especially after a stressful event or during a quiet moment, she isn't tuning you out. She is actively disarming her own survival instincts to be vulnerable with you. She's read the room. She's registered that you are a large, unpredictable ape. And she's responded with one of the most sophisticated trust exercises. In her communication arsenal, she's trying to show you how to relax. And there's more. A study from the University of Sussex found that cats are significantly more likely to approach a human who has just slow blinked at them than a human with a neutral expression. The slow blink is a two-way street. Your cat is wired to mirror this vulnerability. The slow blink is proof of a conscious connection. 3. The silent return. You're in the living room. Your cat has been exploring the basement or stalking a moth on the porch. She's been gone for 20 minutes. And then she just reappears. She walks into the room, doesn't meow, doesn't jump up, just enters the space. Sees you're still there, curls up on a chair 6 feet away, and goes back to sleep. That silent entrance meant everything. This behavior is a hallmark of secure attachment in solitary predators. Unlike pack animals who need constant vocal check-ins, a cat's sense of security is tied to the stability of the environment. When a cat chooses to re-enter your orbit without demanding food or attention, she is confirming that the base is still operational. What researchers at Oregon State University found in studies of cat attachment styles was that securely attached cats exhibit what's called a secure base effect. They don't need to be on top of you all the time. They need to know you are where you're supposed to be so they can go about their business. The silent return is her version of the check-in glance. It's not needy. It's an audit of the horizon. She's making sure the center holds, because if the center holds, she can sleep deeply. That's not aloofness. That's trust with a capital T. Now we're getting close to the one. That's going to change how you behave around your cat. Permanently number 5. Stay with me. Because if you've been doing what most people do, you've been sending your cat a message you absolutely didn't mean to send. For the belly trap. Here it is. The one everyone gets wrong. Your cat flops onto her back in the middle of the floor. Belly up, paws curled slightly. And almost every person reading this right now immediately reaches down to rub that fluffy tummy, which results in your hand being shredded by claws and teeth. And you think she tricked me? She's mean. That is not what happened. In the feline world, the belly is the most vulnerable part of the animal. It is the kill zone. In fights, cats protect the belly at all costs. When a cat rolls onto her back in front of you, It is not an invitation to touch. It is the ultimate signal of defensive trust. She is saying, I am exposing my vital organs because I know you will not strike. Here's what makes this profound. When a dog does it, it's often a request for rubbing. When a cat does it, it is strictly a display. A 2015 study on feline body language confirmed that a cat presenting the belly while making eye contact is in a state of high trust but also high alert. If you touch that belly, you violate the trust because you are touching the place she just said. I'm trusting you not to touch. The act of seeing the belly is the gift, not the touching of it. That is not an invitation to a belly rub. That is a declaration of disarmament. 5. The prey delivery. Don't get this wrong. Your cat yowls in the hallway at 3 a.m. You stumble out of bed, and there it is, a mouse, a lizard, or worst of all, a mangled hair tie. She drops it at your feet. She looks up at you. She waits. Most people scream or scold her, or immediately flush the evidence without acknowledging the gesture. That is the mistake. That is the moment that tells your cat in language. She completely understands that you are an incompetent hunter. Here's what's actually happening. This behavior has deep roots in maternal instinct. In the wild, a mother cat brings back wounded prey to teach her kittens how to kill and eat. You are her kitten. A giant, hopeless, clumsy, hairless kitten who she has never seen successfully stalk a can of fancy feast. Research from the University of Georgia's Kitty Cams project showed that even well-fed cats retain the drive to provision their social group. When your cat brings you a dead or half-dead creature, she is fulfilling a biological imperative to keep her family fed and educated. That lizard isn't a gift for your entertainment. It is a meal replacement for a dependent she loves, but thinks is too stupid to survive alone. When it happens, and it will happen, acknowledge it. Look at her. Say something warm. Let her feel that the moment landed. She is trying to save your life. The acknowledgement costs you nothing. Rejecting her offering is like spitting out food. She risked her dignity to catch for you. 6. The post-scare return. This is the one that will genuinely stop you in your tracks. You've just done something that terrified her. The vacuum cleaner roared. A stranger came in and picked her up. You accidentally stepped on her tail in the dark. She bolted. She hid under the bed. And then sometimes within an hour, sometimes within 5 minutes, your cat comes back out. She doesn't hiss at you from a corner. She doesn't stay hidden for 3 days. She walks back out, tail up with a little curve at the top. Maybe she jumps on the couch armrest near you. Maybe just sits in the middle of the room and grooms. Most people think she forgot already. Cats are flighty. She's over it. That's not what's happening. A landmark study on feline cognition shows that cats form what are called secure attachments. And a key feature of this attachment is the capacity for repair after a negative event. This is not a behavior found in all solitary species. It requires a specific cognitive awareness that you are not the danger, that the noise was an accident, and that the relationship can be restored. Your cat coming back out after a scare isn't memory loss. It's reconciliation. Active, conscious reconciliation. She processed the fear. She realized you weren't the predator. And she chose chose to come back and reestablish the calm rather than associate you with the startle. That requires more emotional sophistication than most people ever credit their cat with. And here's the part that will sit with you. She comes back every time. Not because she forgot the vacuum exists, because the bond with you is more important than the memory of the noise. Because in her entire world, you are the relationship worth coming out from under the bed for. You probably got a cat because you wanted a low-maintenance pet. Something independent. Something that wouldn't be up in your business all day. What you got was someone who blinks you, a silent I love you, who thinks you're a giant kitten, who can't hunt, who presents her most vulnerable self in front of you and trusts you not to touch it, who reads the danger of a room and decides you're worth the risk, who comes back after every vacuum apocalypse, who marks you with her scent, because you are the thing her body accepts as colony. That's not just a pet. That's a choice she makes every single day. And now that you know how to read it, you're going to start seeing it everywhere.